Hey, it's Game Hydro. Today we've got a video for you about a game called 21 Win Challenge, which is a mostly slots but casino game that claims to be able to pay you real life money in exchange for playing and winning. So we're going to take a look at what the game's about. We're going to determine if it's a scam or if it's legit. So like a lot of other games, especially games like Spin Sorcery, this is basically a reskinned version of Spin Sorcery and a whole lot of other similar games. You got two different types of currency. You got the sweep coins and you got the gold coins. Now you got a million different games that you can play on here, which are provided by various third-party providers, such as Wild Jackpot and EvoPlay. So we'll show you how you can tell it's a third-party provider. So you tap that, Wild Jackpot's logo pops up. Wild Jackpot provides essentially white label games to developers of overall casino games in order to allow them to build games on the cheap, basically. They can build games on the cheap and have to put in very little effort, honestly. They provide the graphics, they provide the games. But that's why the game looks different than what's on the lobby. So obviously, you play, spin it, try to see if you can win. Most likely, I mean, it is a casino, so most of the time there will be losses. But you know, that's how it goes at the casinos. You're gonna see a lot of similar games. Oh, hold on a sec. Got this little flip game going right here. Not really any winnings there. That just gives you something to purchase. Free cash is is very rare in this game. But yeah, these games look like what you see in pretty much every other similar game like Spin Sorcery. On the left side is a menu where you can separate games by category. You got non-slot games if you want to play shooters, or you want to play blackjack or hold'em or things like that. I can't really figure out why shooter casino games have all of a sudden become so popular, but then again, I don't really go to casinos myself. And then below that, they even divide up the games by who the provider is. For example, Wild Jackpot, Booming Games, BetSoft, EvoPlay, B Gaming, ta-da. And as far as redemption in this game, it doesn't claim to have any sort of minimum that we can tell that you have to spend in order to redeem. The SCs can be redeemed for cash, or so the game says. But we're going to see if it is a scam or if it is legitimate. So at the beginning, when we first signed up, the game asked for our location. That tends to be sometimes a good sign because when they ask for your location, they're trying to keep it legal and not have you online gambling and spending money if you are in a jurisdiction where that is outlawed. So that is a mild green flag, but we're going to take a look at the App Store download page and see if we got more red flags or green flags. We're going to see if it's a scam or legit. All right, we're at the download page. The game appears to have come around 3 months ago for the first time, and under category, it just says games. There's no subcategory like casino or casual or action put in. That tends to be a red flag to me because that means the developer really only wants people to download from the ads so that they stay under Apple's radar. If the developer wanted to do it differently and was showing that they were trying to be legit, typically they would put the game under casino. The developer is listed as Cheeky Persimmon Studio Limited. This is the only game they have. That's not the worst or most ridiculous sounding name that I've seen, but it's close. Now, in the preview, it looks completely 100% different than the game we just looked at. Matter of fact, we're going to go check it and see if there's a secret way to get to that game. No way to get to this game that I can see included within the other game. I have seen other apps put some switching mechanism in there that allows switching between the game that's programmed in and the generic game that you get when you open it. This is not one of them. I don't like, that's definitely a red flag to have a completely different game in actuality as opposed to in the previews. The description primarily mentions blackjack, whereas obviously, as you saw in the game itself, it's mostly slots games with like one blackjack game and a few shooters and a poker game. Let's see what the reviews say. You just gotta try it. No problem cashing out to my PayPal. Best gaming experience. $15 off of just 50 cents. But it doesn't say that they cashed out. Stay away. All these games are from the exact same company. Spin Sorcery or Fish Bear Limited is what they are called. Verification challenging and annoying. Spending the money because it takes up to a week for them to even respond to the message. Scam. And there's a name of a whole bunch of games here. Tactical Riches Spins. Skillcast Quest Slots. Cash Bridge Slots. Prowess Spin. Gleaming Slots. Chain Mania Arena. 21 Win Challenge. Coin Keeper Spin. They claim the identity verification failed. They don't respond in customer service. Somebody says legit. Haven't won. Somebody says they cashed out and they're still waiting for it, but they gave it 5 stars. Great graphics. I don't know about that. I mean, they didn't even program it to work around the notch in the iPhone. The notch blocks. When you get a game where the notch blocks part of the screen, that's how you can tell it was programmed cheaply. Haven't received the payout. Regional restrictions. Just started. Won those. Waiting to get paid. See if I can cash out. Quick cash outs, but did you cash out? Always verify your account before adding or playing. Yes, that's true, even for legit games. This person claims that they've gotten some good service from Spin Sorcery. Cashed out over a week ago for $50. Didn't receive anything. Cashed out for a few hundred. Didn't receive anything. This person claims they were told they lost even though the other person had a lower score. I'm guessing that's for that they got the game that was shown in the preview rather than the game I got. Because sometimes people get 2 different games when they download and play this. Don't download, you won't get paid. Can't get a word from customer support. Terrible odds. Cash out is real. Can't get any support. One of the worst. 100% scammer. Win rate lowest. No welcome bonus. So if they're advertising welcome bonuses, you're definitely not getting them in this game. Excuse me. Can't really tell what they're saying here, but looks like they didn't get paid. This person claims that they cashed out on PayPal. Unable to validate, not receiving the code to verify their email. Register code doesn't load. All right, so looks like it is the very definition of a mixed bag in this game. So we're not going to call it a scam. We're not going to call it legit. We're going to say, judging by what we've seen people say about spin sorcery and know about them and all this other stuff, it's just as much of a gamble as to whether you'll actually get paid if you try to cash out as it is to actually win money in this game. So, money is probably better spent elsewhere. If you're that hooked to slots that you gotta put it into this game, don't know why you'd put it into a game that's clearly programmed this cheaply and is a clone of a whole bunch of other random games. If you're that hooked to it, then buyer beware, I guess. But it's not going to be the most reliable thing that you can use. All right, anyways, this is Game Hydro. Thank you for watching this. Please like and subscribe.